Alright guys, Jack here, JBF Music and Guitar Lessons, and what I've got for you here is another one of these reaction analysis type videos. I feel like this is my first time hearing Nightwish in about 15 years. You can check it out with the eye up there. So it was highly recommended that I check out Romanticide, I think that's how you pronounce it here, because I'm primarily a guitarist, so that's what I'm kind of break down here. I'm going to kind of focus on that more than anything else. So I've been told there's a kind of shreddy tapping solo in it, so I'm looking forward to that. As a wee side note before we go on here, the first thing is it was suggested to me to listen to this in headphones. I do have a bit of a cold going on just now, my ears are kind of swollen up, so I don't want to put anything in them, but I will try to remember that for future ones. A huge thank you to all the nice comments and support from the first video I did. It was really overwhelming and unexpected, so it's a big thank you as well. So I couldn't find a link to this on Gabriel or Gabrielle, I'm not too sure how you're pronouncing that, so please do correct me on the comment, but the really helpful list that was posted. But this time I have gone to their official YouTube page, so hopefully there won't be any speed issues here. And while again most people were fantastic pointing out to me, oh you've probably got a dud version here, there were a few comments that I did find quite amusing. Comparing a slightly faster version, which by all accounts was somewhere between 4 to 7%, I think was the general consensus, to being terrible and completely unlistenable and an abomination and literal torture in one of the comments there. So hopefully you won't be tortured to death with this one here that I should have at the correct tempo. But joking aside, I really enjoyed the performance. It was just an incredibly kind of solid musicianship from all the band. It was a Ghost love score, very kind of epic, sprawling piece. So I don't know what to expect here at all. First time hearing this song, so let's hop to it. Unexpectedly heavy. A bit of windmilling, nice. Nice semi-harmonics he's doing on the guitar, not a full-on pinch. So that's quite amazing there. I was pretty sure it was her voice doing that there, but it could have easily just been a sample on the keyboard because it was just so in pitch. Final thing before we get back to it, just hitting that note, that F, out of nowhere. There we go. Drummer's incredibly tight. The on the beat. Guitar's doing a lot of the heavy lifting here, the keyboard's just kind of filling out the space a bit. He just cranked it up a gear out of nowhere, it was great. Pretty insane double bass work as well. Drumming actually almost reminds me of like AC/DC. It's just like simple but on point, tight, done well. Add in a bit of rasp distortion there, nice. Some good guitar poses going on as well. Nice backing, a little backing vocal harmony. Yeah, power stance, that's good. It's got a good voice. Okay, that's cool. Nice chuggy riff. Cool. Right, so part of why this sounds so kind of heavy and makes you want to move is because they're kind of playing in unison, like the bass and guitar. I'm assuming he's down tuned. Maybe in C, maybe in D. I'll need to listen to it again. Let's find out. Sounds like he's down in DM and standard just now. Let's just drop it. See how this. Right, the this nice kind of chuggy thing because the bass is doing that as well, and it's been doubled on the kick drum. You have this kind of, that riff just kind of really slaps. There's also a cool thing the bassist is doing here. I'll try to find a clip of it. Yeah, so it's not just the bassist doing this, the guitarist is doing it as well. We can see it here. See if you notice it. If you watch his left hand, and the bassist as well, hopefully, yeah. Right. So it's blinking, you miss it stuff. He's doing what you call left hand muting. So this is kind of popularized in metal by Dimebag Darrell from Pantera. I've gone into this in way more detail, so I'll link to a video on that topic up there. But basically, when you use your left hand to stop the strings out, you can get these really kind of tight kind of things. If you just try to mute with your right hand, there's a chance it's going to go and kind of ring out, and it doesn't have the same impact. So it's all these tiny wee techniques and details that they're using kind of in unison just to really kind of gel, and that's part of the reason why a band like this sounds quite as tight as they do. This is just a wee side note more than anything, but a lot of these videos do get demonetized, so if you like what I'm doing here and want to show your support, feel free to help my Patreon. I'll pop a link to that down below. I'm playing stuff like that live, I just have to say, it's an absolute pleasure when everything's kind of locked in. You just got a groove to vamp on. So I think I got the rhythm a bit wrong there. It goes a bit more like this. Nice, kind of like going double time there. Unexpected, I have to say. App slides as well, cool. Cool, I like that they went to the crowd there where they're having an inflatable guitar, stuff like that, so it's fun. Cool, I'm going to pop that back and we'll break a couple of bits down that was going on there. Yeah, I mean, I was told it was shreddy, but someone had also mentioned tapping, so I thought it was just going to be a tap fest. There's some cool stuff going on there. From a total logistic point of view, you see how he's got his foot on the monitor. Aside from being kind of showmany, it makes things easier to play. If you look at how much closer the guitar is to here on his body compared to when he was doing that kind of power stance with a chug earlier, when you're doing technical stuff, if it's up high and you can kind of see what you're doing, keep your wrist nice and straight, it just makes life much easier. It's the same with Van Halen. When he did the poses, a lot of the time that's because you need to be in this weird position to do the kind of stretches that he did. Before I forget, because I'm terrible at remembering to do this, if you're enjoying this, do feel free to do the whole subscribe, enable notifications, you know, all that wonderful stuff that the algorithm just loves. So because my guitar is in standard, I dropped just the lowest string there. It's going to be a bit weird for me trying to work out how he's doing this stuff, but I'll give it a bash. Cool, so that's a cool little scalar run down. Cool, so he's just kind of going down. And it'd be G minor here that they're in, and it sounds like he's just kind of taking this up the fretboard here. Can't totally make this out because it's live, so I'd probably need to get the studio version, but it sounds like he's kind of doing, and then maybe doing some sweeps up here. Let's have a listen. It could just be a scalar run. Cool, so I think I'm half right. I think there's some kind of small sweeping and going up a scale. So I think he's doing something along the lines of then something like. So he's kind of raking through those notes while still kind of using a basic kind of scale shape to ascend through the neck. And same idea, kind of going up, taking a theme, doodle 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 doodle. Doing the kind of more melodic word beat. So hitting those pinch harmonic, which otherwise, you know, is a very bluesy lick. When you have a bit more gain, a bit more aggression from the kind of pinch harmonics, it sounds a lot more metal. Yeah, so that tapping flourish is real blink and you'll miss it stuff, so I'll break down some of the ideas from that a bit later on, but I just want to get back to the song here. I do love the kind of organ drop, it is awesome around the guy's keyboard. Also, a really important thing is to have water bottles all over the stage and your beer. It sounds stupid, but if you're playing and it's warm, you do need to stay hydrated. It's doing the rock on thing, the keyboard, brilliant. Oh, that's a cool tempo shift, right. Nice, drums and bass, great dynamic shift. Pyrotechnics, there's a whole stagecraft going on here as well that's just fantastic. He could be a lead singer, it's great. It's fantastic. Really nice tone as well, a lot of power in his voice. So the flames, the pyrotechnics make the water bottle point even more salient. If you're around things that create heat, like flames or those kind of can lights. Okay, that's going back. That was too good. Yeah, if you're around things that generate heat, you obviously need more water. There's a little fan on the stage there as well. Stuff like that, just totally essential. But this is reminding me of the Painkiller, the kind of, you know, when Rob Halford does this big scream at the end. Let's listen to this properly. Was she up at that D? Hang on. Yeah, she's up here. Slightly sharp D, brilliant. Unless my guitar's out of tune, which is entirely possible. That's a very high note. It's a really spanky bass tone as well, really making it full fat sound here. Muting the cymbal to get those nice stabs. Oh, an offbeat as well, nice. Yeah, cool. That's great. Well, let me know out of Gabriel's list, or Gabrielle, please, as I say, correct me, what I should go for next. Okay, so there's one part of that solo I really liked. It was towards the kind of the tapping part when he kind of did a little slide thing. So I'm going to just take a little look at that. If you'd like me to do a lesson on the solo or even the kind of theory behind it and what he's doing, hit me up in the comments, because it's the sort of stuff I really enjoy breaking down. But what we've got is this kind of thing. I think it goes like this. Okay, so breaking down tap stuff is always kind of difficult if you keep saying all the fret numbers and stuff, because it gets a bit of a word salad. I think I've got this right, and because I'm going off a live version here, it is always a wee bit trickier to make the guitar line out, so I might have messed up a wee bit, but I think this is more or less right. You got... So I'll do that a wee bit slower, and then I'll go for the word salad of breaking it down, okay? And just before we do this, I am in standard tuning, he's down in D standard by the looks and the sounds of it, so you may need to adjust if you're in a different tuning here. But what I'm doing is tapping on the 10th fret. You're going to pull off on the G string here to that 5th fret down here. You're going to pull off to the 3rd fret and hammer on back to the 5th fret. So you got this. Right. Onto the B string, we're going to tap the 8th fret and do kind of the similar thing. So we're tapping 8, going off to 6, going off to 3, and tapping, hammering back on 6, right? So, without the slop this time. Those back to back. Then we're going to continue up the fretboard on the same string. So we're going to tap the 10th fret. Again, pulling off to the 6th fret, down to 3, and on 6 again. And the same idea but tapping 11. So 11, 6, 3, 6. I'll put that together so far. what he does here is he switches to kind of triplets, I think, or at least he speeds up. Yeah, we're doing 3-note groups, so it's getting faster. So instead of being did, you suddenly have a did. Hopefully that'll make sense. So we're going to tap at the 10th fret on the E string. We're going to pull off 6 and then pull up to the 3. We're not going to hammer on the 6 again this time though, because we're doing these kind of faster 3-note groupings. So he's, instead of going, he's just going to go right, then tap at this 11th fret on the E. Again, pull off to that 6, down to the 3. So you have. And the kind of cool slide he did, he's tapping the 11th fret, and he might just be sliding down to the 10th, he might be sliding all the way down to the 8th. I couldn't totally make it out either way. You're going to tap and slide down and kind of flick the string as you come off the fretboard. You're getting that 6th fret, then down to the 3rd fret, so you have. Or if you just want to slide a semitone, it sounds to me like it's going a bit further. But it might just be my ears fooling me. So that last part slowed down. I'll put the whole thing together now, right? So we've got this tapping on the G, same idea on the B, going up the scale, next note again, to the triplets, slide. Hit subscribe if you want to keep up to date with the channel. You can check out Patreon or these other reaction videos or more guitar centric stuff there. But take it easy guys, have a good one.